in this video, we're going to talk about how to solve a system of equations using the Cramer's rule. So the first step to solving a system of equations using the Cramer's rule is to make the equations into matrix form. And when you're going to convert the equation into matrix form, there is an equation that comes to mind. The equation is, so this is the matrix equation. Now, A is equal to the coefficient matrix. X is equal to the variable matrix. B is equal to constant matrix. So don't worry about how all of these matrices come into play for this. I'll explain it to you. So we need to represent the matrices in this form. So to find our matrix of A, which is A is our coefficient matrix, we are going to be looking at all the coefficients of the variables in our equation. This is the matrix. For the first equation, the coefficient of X here is 1. So I'll be writing 1 here. For the second equation, the coefficient of X here is 2. So this is 2. Now notice that this column of values is for the X term. So you don't write X like this, but I'm just trying to show you something. And then for the Y values, the coefficient for the first equation for the Y value is 1. So this is 1. And then for the second equation, the coefficient is minus 3. So this is minus 3. So this for my Y coefficients. For the variable matrix of X, the variable matrix is written as equal to. So how many variables do we have here? 2 variables, X and Y. So our variable matrix is simply written as X, Y. For our constant matrix B, we'll be writing B is equal to, so we'll be writing the constant values of both equations. For equation 1, our constant value is 5, so we write out 5 like this. And then for equation 2, our constant value is minus 4, so we write minus 4 like this. Simply put, if we had to now write it in this form, our matrix would be 1, 1, 2, minus 3. And then we have our X, Y, which is our variable matrix for this matrix. And then this is equal to 5 minus 4. To start using our Cramer's rule, we need to take the determinants. But before we do that, let's clean up space. So the first step in our Cramer's rule is to take the determinants of the coefficient matrix. So I'll be taking the determinant of matrix A, and I'll be calling these determinants delta. So this is equal to matrix A is 1, 1, 2, minus 3 here, and then like this. So this is equal to, determinant of this is 1 times minus 3, 1 times minus 3, minus 1 times 2. So this is equal to 1 times minus 3 is minus 3, minus 1 times 2 is 2. So this is equal to minus 5. So basically, delta is equal to minus 5. Now the next step is a very, very crucial step in the Cramer's rule. So I'll be replacing one of this column with the constant matrix. So remember that this is the column for X variables, right? And this is the column for Y variables. So if I'm going to be replacing the column for the X variables with the constant matrix, the new matrix will become something like this: 5, 4, 5 minus 4. So I'm replacing the X column with this one, and then I'll have 1 minus 3. So I now have a new matrix. Now if I'm going to be taking the determinants of this matrix, I'll be saying delta X instead of natural delta. I'll be putting a X subscript to that delta, okay, because I replaced the X term there. So this is now equal to, taking the determinants of this matrix, I'll have 5 times minus 3 minus 1 times minus 4. So this is equal to 5 times minus 3 is minus 15. Minus 1 times minus 4 is minus 4 times minus. So we have a plus 4 here. So this is equal to minus 11. We've replaced the x column. The next step is to replace the y column. So if we're going to be replacing the y column, we are going to have another new matrix. So I'll be keeping the x column for the new matrix. So this will be my x column already existing. I have 1, 2. Now replacing the y column with the constant matrix. So we have 5 minus 4. So if I decide to take the determinant of this matrix, I'll be having delta y, and then this is equal to this times this. So this is 1 times minus 4 minus 5 times 2. So this is 5 times 2. And then delta y is equal to 1 times minus 4 is minus 4. And then I have minus 5 times 2 is minus 10. So delta y is equal to minus 14. Since we have two variables and we've got the determinants for the two variables, delta y and delta x, we can now move on to the next step. So for the next step, to get our values of x and y, I'll be saying x is simply equal to delta x divided by delta. So remember our delta x was minus 11 from here. So this is delta x. So delta x is minus 11. And then delta from the original coefficient matrix was minus 5. So divided by minus 5. This is equal to 11. Negative can cancel out negative here. So 11 over 5. Now to get our y value, I'll be using the same idea. So this is delta y divided by delta. So delta y from our solution was minus 14. So minus 14 divided by delta is minus 5. So minus 5. So we know that negative can cancel out negative to give us 14 over 5. So that's our sub A using the Cramer's rule. If you liked the video, leave a thumbs up, share with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. It really helps. Thanks for watching.